everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a swatch and review on probably the most talked about palette on the internet right now, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture Palette. I have a few things to say about this, so if you're ready, then I'm ready, so let's get started. Okay, so as I said in the intro, this is the most talked about palette on the internet. I have seen great reviews on it. I have seen negative reviews on it, and I've seen some that are in between. Now, as far as this palette went, they said it. Hold on, let me take y'all back a little bit. That light's kind of washing me out. There we go. As far as this palette went, they stated that this was a sister palette to the Modern Renaissance palette, and I believe Norvina, Anastasia's daughter, got full control over this palette. Now, when you hear the word sister, it doesn't mean it's going to be a twin to this palette. And I think everybody's up in arms because they probably expected Subculture to be a 2.0 Modern Renaissance. And right now, that's just not the case. Before I get into swatches and stuff, I do want to point something out. Now, let me unbox them. As you can see, the Subculture palette is gorgeous. It has these lovely jewel and cool tones to it, whereas the Modern Renaissance has a lot of warm tones to it. So I don't think people were really expecting the type of color scheme that this was going to be, because they wanted this again. And I don't know why you would want a dupe for something that's already out. I just don't get that. But another thing about these two palettes, there's a big difference between the two of them, and it's what they're made from. The Modern Renaissance palette is made from mica. The Subculture one's made from talc. So they're gonna be processed two different ways, because mica is used more for bringing in, you know, the I'm losing it, y'all. Mica is used to bring out more of the shine to it, whereas talc is more towards bringing out the matte into the shadow. And more than likely, when you use talc, it's going to be pressed softer than what mica is. So to say that this palette is worse than this palette is beyond me. I don't get it. I don't get it at all, because I think this palette is just as good as this one. Now, another issue that people were having with this is the fallout issue. Have you not purchased any other palette? I mean, palettes, pressed shadows, they have fallout. That's gonna happen. And then they were talking about, you know, when you put your brush in, it goes straight to pan. Well, you're not supposed to dig your brush into the pan. The way that these are pressed is that they're pressed kind of like a loose powder. You don't go with a loose mineral shadow powder and, you know, turn your brush all around. You're going to get a big mess. These are pressed similar to that. You just take your brush and dip it, and the pigment's going to be there. Trust me, this is a very pigmented palette. I did my look with it today, and I had absolutely zero problems with it. Look how clean it is. Come on, people. And for all those YouTubers, the bigger YouTubers, did you forget how to use an eyeshadow palette? Because last time I checked, you don't go in digging your brush into a palette. I don't get it. It just mind boggles me about why people are ranting and raving about how bad this palette is. Yes, you can see I used this shade right here, Rowdy. You can see where my brush was in it. Of course. Of course you can see that. In my Modern Renaissance palette, I used Venetian Red. You can see where I used my brush. It's gonna happen. The same thing with this. It's with this. And hold on, everybody. It happens with a different company's palette. Let's take the Take Me to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. Look. Look, right here. You can see where I used it. You can see where I used my brush. That part of everyone's review is just making my head go poof. I don't get it. So, now that my rant is over, I don't know what I have in my finger. Now that my rant is over, I am going to go ahead and do some swatches of this palette. And it does have the velvet outside, just like the Modern Renaissance does. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's swatch this bad boy. All right. I have no primer on my hand as always. Y'all know the drill. So the first shades we are going to, and it did come with the brush. I'm not a fan of these brushes because the bristles come out real easily on the end here. So I did not use this brush, to let you guys know. I did not use it. So first shades we're going to swatch are Cube, Dawn, Destiny, and Adorn. I used Cube as my base. I used Dawn as my transition color. I mean, you just lightly need to touch it. You don't need to dig your fingers in it, dig your brush in it. It just... I mean, they're super pigmented. They are about the same consistency as what the Modern Renaissance was. So I don't know why everyone's so up in arms about it. This is the swatch. Oh, that's what they look on my finger. Here's the swatch. You're not going to be able to see Cube all that well because of my pale skin. Look how pigmented these are. Look at that. That is just super, super pigmented. I mean, I don't get what the fuss is. I really don't. All right. The next ones that we are going to swatch. Clean off my fingers. Next ones we're going to swatch are All-Star, Mercury, Axis, and Roxy. Mercury is what I used in my crease. It is a very gorgeous color. I mean, these are super soft. These are really super soft because they didn't press them as hard as what most palettes do. And of course you're going to have fallout. You have fallout in all palettes. Come on now, people. That's what they look like on my finger. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. So gorgeous, so pigmented. You don't have to use a lot of it. Trust me. I'm going to do a brush swatch. Okay. And that blue shade, Axis, is one of the best blues out there. I mean, come on now. Alright, next ones I am going to swatch are Electric, Fudge, New Wave, and Untamed. I have Electric on my lid because you guys know I gotta have my shimmy shade. And this is a gorgeous color too. It is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see where I'm putting my fingers at. I just don't know why people are so up in arms about this. Honest. Look at that. Sorry, I did not mean to do that to that orange shade. Look at how gorgeous this color is. It is so gorgeous. I have eyeshadow on my fingernail. Awesome. Electric is gorgeous. And it looks great with all colors, because as you see, I did a really dark smoky eye today with this palette. So pretty. Right. And the last two shades are Edge and Rowdy. I used Rowdy on the outer corner, and it bomb. Awesome. You barely have to put pressure on them. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say that. Look at that. Come on now. Now, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to put a brush swatch of Rowdy next to this. Alright, this is the brush that I use. This is the brush I use to define my outer corners. Okay? I'm going to take Rowdy. Watch this. I'm going to dip it twice. I'm going to dip. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna dip. 1, 2. Look at that. Just by dipping it into the palette. Come on, people. What is I don't see why people are giving this palette such a bad review. I don't get it. Maybe it's just me. Alright, now another topic that everybody was talking about is blendability. I had absolutely no problem blending this out. In fact, I actually recorded me doing my right eyeshadow, and I'm going to play that for you right now. You're going to see that I didn't do my face before I did my eyeshadow, and there's a reason for that, because a lot of people were complaining about the fallout issue from the eyes, the fallout issue from the shadow onto their face, so I want to show what actually happened. So let's go ahead and play that. Okay. As you saw, I really didn't have any problems with blending. I didn't have any problems with fallout on my face at all whatsoever. The only problem I really had was when I put my shimmer shadow on, you know, it goes down underneath my eyes. That's expected because I don't use a brush. When I put my shimmer shade on my lid, I use my finger, so that does happen. I don't get why so many people are against this palette. I absolutely love it. I think it is a great palette. It is very diverse. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get why people are so against it. It's very pigmented, very smooth, just very easy to work with. I just wish people would learn how to use eyeshadows or something. I don't know. I absolutely enjoy it. This is $42. It is available at Ulta, Sephora, and Beautylicious website. It is just not available on Anastasia's website. Excuse me. So go pick it up. Try it for yourself. I absolutely love this. I would recommend it. So, and I bought this myself. I did not get this for free. I bought this myself. So, yeah. So, there we have it, folks. As always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MelissaLeahGarrett, on Snapchat as MelissaLeah1223, and on Instagram as MelissaLeahGarrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget to share the channel out to everyone as well. I love you all so much. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye. Do I got lipstick on my teeth? Make sure I ain't got lipstick on my teeth. Yeah. I think this is one of the best looks I've made so far. Yeah.